There we go. And we say good morning to you. Welcome to Phil's Dream Pit here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live. Doors are open and business commerce has begun here as we're here on show number 519 talking sports all across the fruited plain, as Rush Limbaugh says. So we appreciate you very much. We'll say hello to some folks right out of the chute down in Florida listening, and also back up in JP Nixon folks out in Colorado watching the show. So we know that for sure. Kim Brown in West Virginia. So hello, thanks for being with us. We're here live at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. As this again show number 519. Tomorrow will be at Chick-fil-A, crossing in North Johnson City. Then Thursday, Champion Chevrolet. And Friday will be at Food City on the Volunteer Parkway in Bristol. It is Midnight Madness Week for Food City, and so all kinds of great specials going on. So that's all getting ready to happen. We are on top of things. What's going on? We're going to be talking the National Hockey League, Major League Baseball, the NBA playoffs. Celtics get the Cavaliers after a 10-day layoff, and so the Cavs and LeBron, King LeBron as he calls himself. It's interesting. And so all that coming up again. We'll also give you the very latest on who won yesterday in high school baseball, softball. We got soccer tonight. We had some upsets across baseball and softball, no question. And so we'll let you know who's winning. Of course, our game, the Elizabethton Cyclones, over 1,000 views. Watch the game. We appreciate that. Cyclones dispose of Granger. They'll get ready for a very good Greenville team coming to Joe Bryan Stadium tomorrow night. 5:45 airtime, first pitch at 6, and we'll have that for you. So we'll run down all the brackets, who's still playing, who's doing what, and we'll have that for you coming up a little bit later here on the show. Our guests are Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park, Ryan Presnell, the head baseball coach from the Elizabethton Cyclones. Michael Smeltzer joins us from the Johnson City Football Club. Mike Hedrick joins us in Northern Virginia. Who is going to drive Eric Amarola's ride in the Monster Energy All-Star Race coming up this weekend in Charlotte? We have that answer for you. We have a scoop, and so he'll let us know who's going to be driving that ride coming up here a little bit later on in the show on this Tuesday, May the 16th, 2017. Now, here's something really cool. We were yesterday at Bristol Motor Speedway, and my man Drew, the Senior Director of Brand Management, said, give away some tickets. So starting tomorrow, we're going to give you tickets, a chance to win tickets to Thunder Valley Nationals, the drags, the NHRA drags coming up Father's Day weekend. We're talking $80 worth of tickets. We got about 10 winners going to be giving away tickets. So starting tomorrow, Jeremiah's going to have all that pulled together and ready to go. So if you're interested in winning tickets to the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals, we'll give you that opportunity starting tomorrow here on the show. And it's very easy. All you have to do is register. We'll give them away on June the 12th, race week. And that way you can get up and check out the great stars, John Force and Courtney Force and all the folks, Antoine Brown and Anton Brown, I should say, and all the folks who make it go for the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals. So we'll give you tickets to do that, and that'll start tomorrow right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So we're ready to rock and roll. We've got all kinds of things to talk about. Major League Baseball, NFL. We've got the pairings have been announced for the NCAA softball Southeastern Conference, well represented in the softball regionals coming up. Also, the Lady Bucks of East Tennessee State. We'll let you know where they're going, who they're playing. Also, my old alma mater, the Lady Thundering Herd of Marshall, go Herd. They've actually made the big dance. So all that coming up. Lots of sports. Take our first break. We'll come right back, and Greg Beck's going to join us from right here at Phil's Dream Pit, kind of get us started, get the table, set the table, if you will, here at Phil's Dream Pit, right off of the Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Again, the quest for perfect barbecue. Whew. And it is, folks have walked in here already and started getting stuff good to eat. We've got ribs. We've got the pulled pork. I'll tell you something I tried in here the other day. A hickory smoked hot dog. I'm telling you, once you have a hickory smoked hot dog, you're not gonna want another hot dog. I've never had one, and so they have hickory smoked hot dogs here. They put them out here in the cooker, all beef hot dogs, and you talking about good. Now, before we get going, we always dedicate our show to the man who hung on the cross. We unashamedly do that. Here's our verse for the day. Psalms 139 says, "You're my wonderful works. Don't ever forget that. You were not hidden from me, for I created you. I've ordained all your days. They were written in my book before the beginning of time. My thoughts are precious to you. They are more than all the grains of sand." How about that? So in essence, what that means is before I was even out of my mama's belly, the Lord knew today that I'd be sitting here with a Bristol Motor Speedway shirt on and a Bristol Food City 500 ball cap. I'd be at Phil's Dream Pit on May 16, 2017, before I was even born. That's what the book says. And that's the kind of God that loves us and knows that much about us. It even says in Matthew, he even knows how many hairs on our head. Our own mamas don't know how many hairs are on our head, but he knows how many hairs are on our head. So that's the God that died on the cross for us. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll talk sports. And we'll talk Phil's Dream Pit. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit, show number 519, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. You're listening to, I got the wrong guy on here. That's me. And I've got Mike Hedrick, who's not here yet. There I am. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Again, from Phil's Dream Pit, show number 519, you are listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE Master Technicians here. With the ratio, goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us live at Phil's Dream Pit. A couple of good old boys have already done thrown down a 3-rib meal? Yeah. Serious stuff.
Serious talk.
Serious talking.
Yes,
I want to
sir.
say hello to April Beam. She's watching the show. Thank you. The Motorsports Catering Company. Thank you very much. Stephanie Gillespie Strode and Emily Carver watching the show. And the Johnson City Football Club. We're going to have Michael Smeltzer on coming up here in just a few minutes. And also Appalachian Digital and our dear friend Jeremiah Clark. But we're going to turn over right here to this man. Look at him in the house. My man Greg Beck's here with us from Phil's Dream Pit.
Hey, Tom.
How you doing, Bubba?
Doing great. How are you, sir?
Ooh, just living the dream.
You can smell the dream in here, can't
Baby, you can smell it. As soon as you pull up, you can smell it.
Absolutely.
Lousy mercy. Make a bulldog break his chain. I'm here to tell you, it's serious good stuff.
Yes, sir.
I was talking before the break, before you got over here. The other day, I blew through here and grabbed on the way to the ball game 2 hickory smoked hot dogs.
Yes, sir.
Hot dogs are never the same, folks. Do you have a hickory smoked hot dog? I mean,
It'll change your life.
I'm telling you.
Yes, sir.
I've eaten hot dogs all my life, from little feller up to now, and I've never had a hot dog like a hickory smoked hot dog.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's just,
I'd never had one until I started coming here as a customer and then started working here. It is a totally different flavor. brings out some of the really great flavor of the protein, flavor of the dog, and it changes what a hot dog's supposed to taste like.
It'll
It's
set
really
you
great.
free.
Yes, sir.
It'll set you free.
Set you free. Absolutely.
Laws and mercy. All
It'll
right.
cure what ails you, as my grandmother used to say.
It'll cure what ails you. You got it. All right, let's talk about the Dream Packs here
Yes,
at Phil's
sir.
Dream Pit. This is awesome. It's hot. Weather's heating up. Folks on the move, on the go. May not have time to come in here and sit down and eat in an
Absolutely.
air-conditioned restaurant, but they can get it to go in a Dream Pack. Tell me about it.
They can get it to go. We do Dream Packs for really any number as long as it's an even number. So we can do, the basics that we have on the menu are feeds 4, feeds 6, feeds 8, and then we do a feeds 10 and 12. But if you've got a group of 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 on up, we can portion out the sides, the buns, and the meat for whatever that number is. Just give us a call and give us, a day or so notice in advance, and we can portion that out, package it up, have it hot and ready to go that day that you're going to pick it up, or we can serve it to you cold and you heat it up yourself. That way you can pick it up, a couple of days in advance. So we do that either way. And the Dream Packs are really great for a gathering when people are getting together. They don't want to have to cook. They want to enjoy one another's company and not have to worry about the food. Let us worry about it for you. The Dream Packs are a great option.
Great option. And
Yes,
so you can check it out again. And what's your most popular one you sell?
The Feeds 4.
Feeds 4?
A lot of families come in. We sell a lot of those at dinner time. Summertime, we will start selling the bigger packs because a lot of bigger groups, corporate groups, are getting together for meetings or company picnics and whatnot. So we do a lot of feeds 30 to 40s in that range. But still, the most popular is the Feeds 4.
Talking to Greg Beck, we're live Phil's Dream Pit. They're already lined out the door here, so he can't talk long because they need him in the kitchen.
Yes, sir.
So you got the Dream Packs for pulled pork.
Yep.
You've also got them for chicken.
Correct.
And you got a brisket.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
so,
we do 2 types of chicken. So we can do a Feeds 4 or Feeds 6 Dream Pack for the chicken halves, the smoked chicken halves on the bone that we do, or we can do the Feeds 4, 6, 8, whatever Dream Packs for the dry rub chicken boneless, skinless breast. So we can do either one of those in a Dream Pack. Then we can do the pork and the brisket in Dream Packs as well.
there you go. Dream Pack's the way to go, folks.
Absolutely.
If you're on the move. Again, if you want to grab it to go, like we said, for any reason, going to a ball game, just because you don't want to cook, come here and pick it up. Call ahead and get a Dream Pack. Again, increments of 4, correct?
That's right. Increments of 4. Yep.
And pork, chicken, or brisket, however you want it, they can do it. What's the phone number?
The phone number is 423-349-6437. 423-349-6437.
All right. The quest for perfect barbecue.
That's
They're
it.
looking at, like, when's he coming back? So we better get you back over there.
That's
So
right.
come back in a few minutes, all right?
Yes, sir.
He's
We'll
the
see you
man.
then.
He's the man.
All right.
This
Thanks,
guy can
Tom.
get her done, I'm telling you. Appreciate him very much. Again, we're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to go from talking barbecue. We got Rob Cole waiting on the wings. We've also got Michael Smeltzer from the Johnson City Football Club. He's going to join us coming up next. Talk a little soccer, a little football, as they say. F-U-T-B-O-L. That's football from where I'm from, but it's football. West Virginia, it's football. F-U-T, football. But anyway, Cole joins us coming up, and Michael Smeltzer. We're live here again at Phil's Dream Pit on show number 519 of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by the great folks from Grip Energy Drink. Rob Cole joins us coming up next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show right after you hear this.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology has just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400, your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, we're live again at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. I put my order in for a hickory smoked hot dog. Believe I need to have one of those. And my man, what'd you say you're getting?
Pulled pork platter.
Hey, and you know what? When he gets that plate and sits over there, he'll say, "Don't talk to me. Don't say anything to me." All I'm going to see is this right here. Because I've been out to eat with the old boy. We can grub it out pretty good, can't
That's
we?
right. We'll dig it down.
We'll dig it down. Oh, my man Rob Cole's in the house. Let's get this out of the way. You know, boy, about 2 weeks ago, he was crying the blues over his Cardinals. Man, Tom, I just don't know. And Lord have mercy, I just don't look good. And the Cardinals are out of the gate slow and all this bull hockey. They're 21-15. They're 6 over. Their game, they have Milwaukee on top of the division. So go ahead, get it out of your system. Gloat a little bit.
You're doing a good job. I'll just let you run with it.
Roll with it. There you go. Now, you guys got the Red Sox tonight, open up a big series at Busch Stadium. I mean, what a great tradition-rich two-storied franchises, the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals. I think Major League Baseball's done a good job doing it. They had the Cubs and the Yankees a couple of weeks ago. They had the Cubs and the Red Sox at Fenway. And so tonight, open up a set in Busch Stadium, Cardinals and Red Sox. I think that's great for baseball.
I think it's awesome for baseball. And, yeah, I agree with you. Kudos to the schedule makers. They got it right. This is the stuff we want to see. You know, Cards Boston, rematch of the 2013 World Series. Boston took it to us. This is a lot of fun. Like you said, whether it's Yanks, Red Sox, or what we've got tonight, Cubs, Cards. We just got fresh off of that series, and that rivalry. That's a lot of fun. It makes it more fun when you got a guy like Madden who's he's colorful, and you have two opposites, if you will. You've got Matheny, who's largely quiet and laid back, and Madden is pretty aggressive, doesn't go by the book, and it's a good contrast in styles. I love the way the schedule's set up. I love the fact that we're seeing this early on. Kind of changes the dynamic of having to wait until June to see interleague play. This is some meaningful stuff going on, and so I like it, man. It's tradition, it's history, it's fun, it's rivalry, it's everything you want to see right now.
Talking to Rob Cole, Bays Mountain Park, starting tomorrow, giving you a chance to win tickets to Thunder Valley Nationals. We got grandstand and pit pass access tickets will be given away, getting you qualified for those starting tomorrow. I'll tell you how here on the show. And then we'll give those away on June the 12th, race week, and Thunder Valley Nationals. You've been there, man. That's a great weekend up at Bristol Dragway, isn't it?
Oh, it's a big time.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me tell you, if you want a pure adrenaline, this is pure adrenaline. And man, the drivers, the teams are great. You want to talk about up close access? This is, yeah, you don't want to miss this one.
You're talking about pressing the flesh. You can press the flesh with the driver. I mean, they want you to come down and meet them. Of course, tickets we're giving away are grandstand passes plus pit pass access to get down there where they're rebuilding the engines. I mean, you're down there on the grid. So that starts tomorrow. We're talking to Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park. Eastern Division, Washington 7.5 better than the Mets. Cardinals lead Milwaukee by 1 in the Central. Colorado by 1.5 games over the Dodgers in the West. Any surprises for you so far in the NL races in the divisions?
I'm a little surprised at the Cubs start. You know, they're the same team. You know, same talent. A little surprised that they started as slow as they have. I guarantee you that won't last. They've got some injuries right now. They've not hit their groove. I've heard some people call it the World Series hangover. I don't know that I buy that. That's a bunch of professionals over there. Those guys flat know how to get it done, and they've got a manager that knows how to dial them in. And when it takes a little bit of something unorthodox to get them loosened up and have a little fun, he's the guy that'll do that. And so I got to believe that at some point during this summer, they are flat jack going to get healthy and turn it around. So I'd say the Cubs. I'd say that's probably the most surprising to me. You know, it's Mets you'd like to think would have done better, but with the injuries they're having now and some of the off-field issues, it's probably not a surprise that they're where they are. To be very honest, a little surprised that the Cardinals are on top. You know, we've still got a young team. We've still got some holes. It's you know, again, give the schedule maker credit. This is what makes baseball fun. I don't know that any of us would look at just the NL alone, not even getting to the AL where you've got Houston setting it on fire and saying that any of us could honestly say this is where we saw this being right now. The Giants started slow. Now they're I think they've won 5 in a row now. I think by middle of the end of the summer, we're going to see the True Bloods come back to the top.
We're talking to Rob Cole, park manager of Bays Mountain Park. We'll talk about the park here in a second. He's a big baseball guy in the American League. The Yankees, they've kind of found themselves. They're a half game better than Baltimore in the East, and the Red Sox are in third place. Central Division, what about this? Last year, Minnesota lost over 100 games, cleaned out the front office, started over, got a youth movement. It's early, but they're a half game on top of Cleveland in the Central. And then, as you said, the team that's kind of jumped out there and ran away from everybody are the Houston Astros. They are 15 games over 500. So the American League's interesting to say the least right now.
Flat getting it done, and you know, here's the really cool thing, and I truly love this. Name me one player not named Joe Mauer on the Minnesota Twins.
I couldn't tell you.
That's just it you know, kind of. You know, if it lasts all season, kind of feels like the Florida Marlins of old, doesn't it? You couldn't name a name.
You're right. That's
and you know, it's a lot of fun watching a team with the lowest payroll in baseball take it to those who are flat stacked, and you know, those were a lot of fun to watch. And
Absolutely.
Occasionally you see a team like this in a market like Minnesota, and it kind of turns the baseball world on its ear. I hope it continues.
We're talking to Rob Cole, Bays Mountain Park, the park manager, of course. Let's jump in and talk about your favorite thing to talk about besides baseball. We'll be Bays Mountain Park, $5 a carload. Spring has sprung. It's beautiful up on the mountain. And what's going on up there right now?
It is. We're wide open right now with school groups, and we love it. We're doing our thing and sharing our park with not just the students but visitors alike. The weather's been great. We've dodged raindrops here and there, but for the most part, it's come later in the evening or after hours even. So it's been a good time at the park. We're off to a great start, and like you said, spring has definitely sprung. It is full on green at the park, and we're happy about that.
Planetarium. Got a new show. Of course, it's inside the planetarium, the state-of-the-art planetarium. Not many like it anywhere, not only in the country but in the world. It is state-of-the-art, top shelf, fantastic facility. awesome show where you go in there and they turn the lights off and it's a big round domed and it's the true night sky and it's awesome and you're constantly changing shows. What's the newest and greatest in the planetarium?
Newest and greatest is a show called Totality, and this one is all about total eclipses in general. We have, I think by now most people know, or I hope they know, we have a total eclipse coming up, August the 21st of this year. Really excited about that. Obviously, we're in that path where we sit right now. We'll see that eclipse at about 96%. So we're in the path called Totality, if you will. We're on the outskirts of it. To get a little bit better view and to get 100% totality, you're going to have to go probably about 3.5-4 hours southward to do that, or just Google path of totality and find your location and get to it. But this show, Totality, tells us all about eclipses. What is an eclipse? What causes an eclipse? What happens, here on Earth physically during eclipse? We know it's going to blot the sun. What other physical changes take place during that eclipse? So it's going to be, if you've never seen this show, hopefully you've been to our planetarium. If you haven't, be prepared to really enjoy an immersive experience that'll make you literally feel like you're in the middle of the show itself. And the wonderful thing about our planetarium too, put the show aside for a moment. Our planetarium it's so detailed in its night sky that you or I could take binoculars into the planetarium, turn them upward, and see stars that we can't see with our naked eye. It's that realistic. So it's a lot of fun to do these things. Totality is a show that our very own park staff produced and created, so we're pretty proud about that. And it's a lot of fun.
Calling Rob Cole, Base Mountain Park. Before I let you go, let's switch real quick and get into NBA basketball. My Spurs blow a 25-point lead. Kawhi Leonard's not playing tonight against Golden State. Man, they had a chance to do some damage, and they lost it by 2. And then Celtics close out Washington last night, so the Cavaliers been sitting for 10 days. Now, they finished the Raptors off a week ago Sunday. They start Wednesday, so that's, 12, 7, 8, 9, 10 days off. What's that do to a ball club? Does that stop their momentum? I mean, LeBron and the boys had everything their own way. Now they stop and sit for 10 days. Some folks say it won't affect them. I say it will, at least the first game.
I'd say at least the first game and then give them 4 straight after that.
Oh, okay.
No way, Boston. I mean, Boston, they've played great. They're a good team. Obviously, defensively, they bother you. But, defending Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, not to mention LeBron James, is only the best player on the planet right now. There's a different intensity that we've seen from Cleveland right now. They're just absolutely walking through the playoffs. They've turned it up. I think it could bother them for a game after that. It's been a good season, Boston.
What about my Spurs? We in trouble with no Parker, no Leonard?
You know what? This is, Popovich going off. There's a method to his madness, and this isn't just about having the refs watch Pachulia or anybody else. By the way, that works both ways. Aldridge stepped in on Curry a time or two.
There you go. And I'm a Spurs guy, but you're right.
But you're not going to hear Mike Brown or Steve Kerr talk about that because right now they're winning. Popovich has got a method. He's going to have those boys motivated. I'd say it's still going to be a tougher series than what everybody thinks, and I wouldn't rule out Kawhi coming back sooner than expected. He walked off the court, and that's a tough bird right there. That's a tough team. They take their lead from their coach. They may not be able to, in the end, overcome Golden State. Golden State's just, they're just supremely talented offensively, but defense isn't where Golden State makes its
exactly
money. And San Antonio's going to make them work.
Well, I watched that video over, and I bet I looked at it 15, 20 times last night. I don't think it was intentional. That's just me. I mean, I think he went out to defend the goal. The guy's got feet like a barge, and I don't think he intentionally did it. Leonard said he didn't think he intentionally did it.
I agree.
I think Popovich is using it as a psychological ploy to get his team fired up.
Absolutely.
I think he knows deep. Well, I don't know. I can't speak for the guy, but I watched it over and over, and I'm the biggest Spurs guy on the planet, I guess, or at least in East I don't think it was intentional. So, and your point was well taken. If we're going to start getting tit for tat, Aldridge was all over Curry 2 or 3 times too. So we're talking these guys. These guys are monsters, and they run like deer, so they're going to be stepping on each other. It's only natural. But, no, I don't think it was intentional, but I do think that Popovich used that to get his team fired up, and we'll see how it goes tonight.
I agree, and you've got to bother shooters like Curry, like Thompson, like Leonard. You've got to bother the shooters. If you let them sit out there all day thinking they're going to have an uncontested jump shot, you're going to be in big trouble. Yeah, I agree with you.
You got to defend him, and I think that's what he was doing. I don't think it was intentional. But, again, Game 2 tonight. Also, the Predators on the ice tonight in Nashville after tying it up 1-1 over the Anaheim Ducks. Game 3 tonight in Nashville. That place will be rocking. It's like the who's who of country music is going to be out there. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, they always have I don't know if it's ringside. It wouldn't be ringside. I guess ice side seats. And so Carrie Underwood, of course, married to one of the Preds. So they tell me when you get down to watch the Predators, you just kind of starstruck with all the people that are, the big names of country music and entertainment are there. So should be an electric atmosphere tonight for the Preds.
Oh, I agree. Isn't it cool to have that kind of atmosphere at a hockey game in Tennessee?
Oh, yes.
Think about saying that. We love hockey down here in Tennessee.
You got it.
Isn't that hilarious?
It is hilarious.
I love it.
Yeah.
Go Predators.
Go Preds. You got it. Rob Cole, Park Manager, Base Mountain Park. What are the hours you open, big dog?
Open 8:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. on Sunday.
Here you go. Your food's sitting there. He's looking at me like, T, got to go, brother. It's time to grub. Time to grub out.
Got work to do.
Got work to do. Love you, man.
Love you, brother.
Yep. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll check in with Michael Smeltzer by phone to the Johnson City Football Club. As promised, we got baseball coming up. Baseball, softball, soccer, all that coming up here. We're going to get you caught up. Who won, who lost, who's going to move on, and who is moving on. We'll do all that coming up here in just a few minutes as we're live here at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. They're lined out the door. It's lunchtime. We love it. And Rob said, got work to do. Got to go, big dog. So he's done throwing chairs out of the way over here. He's ready to roll. He's getting ready to grub. We'll take a break. We'll check in with Michael Smeltzer next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit off of Interstate I-26, the Eastern Star exit, the quest for perfect barbecue. Show number 519. Again, starting tomorrow, give you a chance to win tickets to the Thunder Valley Nationals. We'll put you right down on the pit pass and a grandstand pass. Starting tomorrow, you can qualify to win tickets to the Father's Day weekend Thunder Valley Nationals, the NHRA. The boys and the ladies are coming from the NHRA, and it's going to be a big weekend, and we want you to be there. And you can begin to qualify for those tickets tomorrow here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen originated in Australia, where sunscreen standards are the strictest in the world. Although our products are now manufactured here in the U.S., we continue to adhere to the most stringent Australian standards to offer the best in broad-spectrum sun protection. Blue Lizard, the brand most recommended by pediatricians and dermatologists. Our smart bottle turns blue in the presence of UV rays, reminding you to cover up. You bring the sun, Blue Lizard brings the magic.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
We're back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live again at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for Dream Pete. Yeah, I'm looking over at Cole. Cole is wolfing his food down. He said, don't even look at me. He's eating beans and hash brown casserole and pulled pork platter. He's wolfing it. Let's go to the phone. He's there. You can see it on the screen. Our buddy Michael Smeltzer with the Johnson City Football Club. And good morning, sir. How you doing?
Hey, Tom, good morning. How's things going your way?
I'm out here just smelling all this hickory smoked food. It's killing me, driving me crazy. So it's all good here at Phil's Dream Pit, right off of Eastern Star exit. So let's jump in here and go. What's Johnson City Football Club? What's it all about?
Oh, man, Tom, what we did is, we got together a little over, going into our second year now, got together some guys, I've known for a long time, and basically brought, a community club soccer program back to Johnson City. We saw a need. We saw a service that Johnson City needed for kids to be able to develop a little bit further in the game beyond what was already offered or being offered by the outstanding Parks and Rec program provided to all the kids through Johnson City. So basically we saw a need. We put this together. We've developed teams, both boys and girls, all ages. Most all the kids are from, Johnson City, Washington County. I mean, that was another goal, that we wanted to do, was to kind of bring back an old school feel, which was, what I got when I was, growing up in the game in Kingsport, and then what others that are on our board got when they were growing up in the game, in East Tennessee Soccer Federation or coaching, in the old East Tennessee Soccer Federation, which was the club in Johnson City, which was, basically the ideal of making teams, growing teams, developing teams, feeding teams into, Science Hill High School, University School. Of course, we're now branching out. We got kids from Jonesboro, which is going to just make, soccer better at Crockett. We've got kids from, Gray, which is just going to keep making soccer better, at Daniel Boone as well.
We're talking to Michael Smeltzer live on the phone again, the Johnson City Football Club. So the ladies were involved last night, the guys tonight. Tell me about that, would you please?
Yeah, we had the little girl munchkins, little soccer munchkins were out here, birth year 2010 to 2005. All this is kind of mandated by the state of Tennessee when we can do, our evaluations, when we can't. Tonight at, the old school Liberty Bell complex, is the boys right up from the big Topper turf. And in fact, we've got a huge soccer match tonight. Science Hill is taking on Jeff County down here on the Topper turf in the regional semifinals. So, the little soccer boys, they'll be able to come get evaluated, which is completely free, and then be able to just walk down the hill of the match there if they want to as well. But tonight, birth years 2005 through 2010 will be going at it tonight as far as the boys.
We're talking to Michael Smeltzer again. So after tonight, what comes up next now for Johnson City football?
Well, first week in June, and again, this is all mandated by Tennessee Soccer. First week in June, we'll have the older, middle high school age girls, evaluations, and in middle high school age boys, evaluations. Of course, the older girls, the high school girls, we probably won't look to field a team there just because they will be in season in the fall. And, Tennessee Soccer, with the NCAA rules, you can't play high school and club at the same time. So we'll probably stay away from that because, that was one of our purposes, was to, try to make teams to feed, and make these high school programs, better. And we want the kids to play for the school. I mean, we want to, represent, the school, be true to your school. You only get one shot in life to go through school, and you can't go back and play school sports once it's all over again.
Great job again. Michael Smeltzer again on the phone with us. So before I let you go, give me the website. How do we find out more about the Johnson City football?
Oh man, it's just exploded. In a year's time, we've achieved our tax-free, 501c3 nonprofit. Our website is www.jcfc.soccer, or you can, find us on Facebook as well, Johnson City Football Club, on Facebook. But again, website is www.jcfc.soccer. If there's any kiddos out there too, boys, that haven't registered for evals, we're better than old Claude Russell's barbershop in Kingsport. Walk-ins are welcome. They can just come on in. We'll sign them right up. And we'll get them, steered toward the right direction, get them evaluated. And girls makeups, if they missed out last night, if those little soccer girls missed out last night, they can come tomorrow night for the girls makeups. Boys makeups, we know tonight's a big night, Little League and all that other good stuff. But boys makeups are Thursday night, at Liberty Bell Complex. But
there you go. Hey, great job, my friend. Thanks for checking in with us. Keep up the good work. I'll talk to you soon, all right?
Hey, as always, Tom, thanks, man, for reaching out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon.
See you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Michael Smeltzer with us, Johnson City Football Club. We're live here at the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 519. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit. One of the good guys are in here today having a little lunch. My man Isaac Webb, who loves the Hokies. And, I don't know if I've ever told him this. We got a chance to do a PR piece when the Hokies ran out on the field with the Commonwealth Cup. I got a chance to do a voiceover, and they played it in Lane Stadium when the Hokies ran out on the field before they thumped on the Virginia Cavaliers for the Commonwealth Cup. So that was pretty cool. So I like me some Hokies. They tell you what, their coach is awesome, had a great recruiting season, and we are working on getting a contributor to the show that would be promoting Hokie football and Hokie sports. Maybe Isaac knows somebody, but I know we got Kevin Harmon talking UT, but we like us the Hokies, not that far away. Of course, we got a chance to see them the Battle of Bristol last year. The Hokies, and guy did a phenomenal job replacing Frank Beamer, the new coach, and so again, Hokie football is in good hands with our man who got him a contract extension and a pay raise, as did the basketball coach at Virginia Tech. Tom Taylor Sports Show, a couple of NASCAR stories. We talk about Bristol Motor Speedway, and everybody says, well, the crowds are down, or crowds of this, crowds of that. Well, guess what? Kentucky Speedway announces they are going to remove 20,000 seats from Kentucky Speedway. Really? Yep. They said Kentucky Speedway General Manager Mark Simendinger says, we just honestly have too many seats. How do you have too many seats? Goodness gracious. Fill them up. Anyway, they're going to pull back and go 66,000 is the capacity, so you take 20 out, I guess, actually 106,000, you take 20 out, and so you know the numbers there. So anyway, that's one of Bruton's tracks, but again, Kentucky Speedway announcing they're going to pare down their seating, which is interesting because I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, Bristol Motor Speedway is going to be rocking in August when Dale Jr. comes in. He's racing in both races, the Food City 300, the Xfinity Series race. We'll be giving away tickets to the race, and he's also going to be in the obvious, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. So anyway, the Kentucky Speedway folks have announced they're going to do away with 20,000 seats. So thought that was interesting. And so if you look on TV, you've been watching some of the races, there's lots and lots of empty seats in NASCAR, but quite frankly, even with the rain, Bristol had a pretty good turnout, all things considered, given the fact we had, unbelievable rains that weekend. So anyway, that's the very latest with NASCAR. Also coming up, we're going to find out, have you heard this story about Charlie Weiss, the football coach at Notre Dame? This guy got fired. They've been paying this guy he got $6 million and they fired him back in 2009. He's continued to get $2 million every year since then. So this guy got a total buyout of $18 million and he hasn't coached at Notre Dame in, 2017? 8 years. This guy keeps getting checks. He got his final check the other day. I don't see how he does it. I really don't know. He's down to beanie weenies and Pop-Tarts. Guy's made, hey, what? Yeah. God, Notre Dame, take me. I'll work. You can fire me. I'll work for half that. This is unbelievable. They paid him $19 million to go away. Now, here's the other little catch to this. Then he left there and went to Kansas. They fired him there. When he got fired by Kansas in 2014, he got another buyout check from them from 5.6. So Charlie just goes someplace and screws up, and they fire him and makes money. So, well, if I can do that. He is a genius. Yeah, Charlie, he's laughing all the way to the bank. Jokes on us. This guy made $18 million. Notre Dame's had to pay out for this guy. Unbelievable. So he got his final check May 1st, and so he is now, they finally got him off payroll. $2 million paycheck every year for Charlie Weiss, who hasn't coached at Notre Dame since 2009. So there you go. Coming up, got a story about my boys, the Raiders. We have done it again, NFL history, in terms of broadcasting. We've done something pretty cool, I think. We'll tell you all about that with my boys, the Raiders. Also, we're going to be talking a bit later on about the, let's see what else. Oh, yes, NASCAR is going to come up with a way to make sure the drivers are out there for qualifying. Last week, Kansas Speedway, they had 11 drivers, including, Jimmy Johnson, Dale Jr., Clint Boyer, Casey Kane. Those guys didn't get a chance to qualify because they got hung up in pre-race inspection. So they're going to make sure that does not happen, and so they will they're taking some measures to make sure that does not happen going forward. Of course, this weekend is the Monster Energy All-Star Race. It's a no-points race. They're racing for $1 million on Saturday evening. We'll break that down for you and let you know how that goes and how you can qualify and who's going to be in there. Also, Eric Amarola, with that broken vertebra, is not going to be in the car, so we're going to let you know who is taking his spot for Richard Petty Motorsports, and we'll do that coming up here in just a few minutes. Also, we have a story about yet another college basketball star arrested. It's becoming an everyday thing, and it's unfortunate. So all that coming up here in sports. Now, let's run down real quick before we go to the break. We got Ryan Preston waiting in the wings, the baseball coach at Elizabethton. Last night, baseball, regional semifinals. Dobyns-Bennett eliminated Morristown East 8-2. Jeff County sends Tennessee High packing 3-1 the final there. On the other side of the bracket, Farragut beat Carnes 7-3, and Maryville beat Gibbs 8-2. So tomorrow night, Dobyns-Bennett, Jeff County, Farragut, Maryville in AAA baseball. In AA game we brought to you with over 1,000 folks listening. We appreciate that. Elizabethton beat Granger 6-2. Cyclones will take on Greenville, who eliminated Sullivan South 8-0. Other side of the bracket, Pigeon Forge upset Knox Catholic 7-6, and CAK, as expected, defeated Union County 10-0. So those are the final four left. Elizabeth and Greenville tomorrow night, and Pigeon Forge and CAK. If the Cyclones can beat Greenville tomorrow night, they would play Friday night at Joe O'Brien Stadium in Elizabethton. Single A baseball, North Green beat Hancock County 6-0. The Hampton Bulldogs beat Northview Academy 2-1. On the other side of the bracket, Knox Grace eliminated Oneida 6-0, and it was Greenback defeating Coalfield 2-1. So North Green, Hampton, Knox Grace, and Greenback are the final four on this side of the state and Region 1 Single A baseball. AAA softball, big upset last night. It was Cherokee, the Lady Chiefs, knocking off Daniel Boone, eliminating the Lady Trailblazers 4-0. Big upset. Played that one gray. Morristown East shuts out Crockett 2-0. Those two will play tomorrow night, and that one will be played in Morristown. On the other side of the bracket, it's Gibbs and Maryville. Gibbs won 11-0. And Heritage and Knox Powell. There's no score on that one. Apparently that one got held up for some reason, so there's no score out of that bracket in AAA softball. In AA, the Lady Cyclones of Elizabethton punched their ticket to the sectional. They beat Greenville 6-3. Unicoi County defeated Granger 3-2. On the other side of the ledger, Union County beat Kingston 2-1. And the ladies from CAK beat Gatlinburg-Pittman 6-0. So tomorrow night, Elizabeth and Unicoi County play again at Elizabethton, 6 o'clock first pitch. So Elizabethton has both the guys and the girls heading off to the sectional, which is quite a feat. We'll have the baseball game for you tomorrow night, 5:45 airtime, 6 o'clock first pitch from Joe O'Brien Stadium. It'll be the Elizabethton Cyclones and the Greenville Green Devils. In single A softball, the Unaka Lady Rangers all over Northview Academy, 16-0. Beat them like a pumpkin. Oh, not like a pumpkin. Beat them like a drum. Not a pumpkin. Beat them like a drum. Whoo! North Green beat Cosby 10-3. That's a nasty beat. Beat them like a drum. Meigs County over Coalfield 10-0, and then Tellico Plains defeated Oliver Springs 6-1. So in single A regional girls softball, Unaka, North Green, and Meigs County and Tellico Plains play. Again, that's happening there. Soccer tonight. Let's tell you about the semifinals in soccer. AAA Science Hill, Jeff County, and Sevier County, Dobbins Minute tonight in the regional semifinals in AAA soccer. And then in the single A, AA, Unicoi County and Cumberland Gap will get together in Irwin, and Greenville will host Sullivan South. And so those winners move on in soccer. So that's a quick look there. We'll take a quick break. We'll go to the phone. We'll check in with the head baseball coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, punching his ticket to the sectional. What a season for Ryan Presnell and the Elizabethton Cyclone baseball team. He joins us next. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. We're live here thanks to Grip Energy Drink at Phil's Dream Pit on show number 519. They said it wouldn't work here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
The deals are heating up for Truck Month at Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City. Over 300 new Chevys to choose from, all with incredible savings. $11,000 off MSRP on 16 Silverado All-Star Crew Cabs. Check out the savings online at championjc.com. 16 Silverado Crew Cab, $33,685. 16 Track, $17,460. 16 Equinox, $21,615. 16 Traverse, $27,365. Champion Chevrolet on the Motor Mile in Johnson City, where we leave you asking, how do they do that?
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now, some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
We're back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We are live again at Phil's Dream Pit. This place is hopping. I love it. I mean, they're flat slinging a hash here. Why would they not? It's awesome. And again, the quest for perfect barbecue, and it's here. Let's go to the phone. He's there. Ryan Presnell, the head baseball coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones. Coach, good afternoon to, or actually still good morning, but man, what a game yesterday. Congratulations to you and the kids.
Appreciate it, brother. You know, it was a very, very big day, very tough day. You know, it's the first time we've been in that position in 4 or 5 years. And so myself as the head coach, first time I've coached past our district tournament. A lot of stress. So, you know, one of those days where you're thinking about it a lot and your blood pressure's probably up all day, but big relief that we came out and did what we needed to do to get the win, and now we got a little experience under our belt and ready to move to the next round.
Absolutely, and you had a great pitching dual performance, actually 3 guys with Garrett Hartley and Matthew Daly, and, of course, mopping things up was Corey Russell. Then you had the sticks. To me, unlikely guys, Eggleston and Perkins came up big for you along with Brody Adams in the game offensively.
Yeah, scattered runs, put them throughout the lineup. Guys coming out doing their job, and you know, that's our thing. We want to score every inning. If you looked up at the scoreboard, I think you saw in five of the 7 innings we scored. So that's what we were trying to do. It's what we did do, and pitching was a little off yesterday. Threw I think 8 walks, but had 10 strikeouts. So it's kind of trading one for the other. I hate putting that many people on free bases, but our guys really battled and got through a really tough day with a tough Grainger County team.
Tomorrow we'll be live at Chick-fil-A in North Johnson City. Thursday, Champion Chevrolet. And then Friday we'll be at Food City and Volunteer Parkways. We're all over the place. And, Coach, you got a ball game tomorrow. The Greenville Green Devils beat a good South team 8-0. And so Greenville comes to town tomorrow night with a very good baseball team.
They do, and they swing it well. Not sure what we'll see as far as pitching tomorrow. We're working on getting some information right now, but we do know they're going to come in and play a really good baseball game. So we're going to show up with a better performance than we had last night in order to be in that baseball game. And I know that these guys will do it. We're going to have a good practice today. You know, guys get a little bit of good days of rest. So we'll show up and play the baseball game. That's about all you can ask for.
On the other side of the ledger, Pigeon Forge beat Knox Catholic 7-6, and CAK eliminated Union County 10-0. So we'll play one of those 2 teams Friday. But first we got Greenville, and at this point, you know, you get that first game yesterday, and it takes kind of the pressure off because you know you're playing 2 more days, and so now you can really focus on between the chalk and just kind of tighten things down a little bit, right?
Sure. You know, there's not a whole lot to be done from a coaching standpoint. Other than put my guys out there, put the 9 right that we're going to have the best matchup with, and let the kids just show what they've done for the last 9-10 months getting ready. To our guys, and we've talked about this several times, they're motivated by really the important things in life. You know, they want to take a team picture in front of a gorilla if we win a championship. They want to play games at home so that the seniors can play on the field one more time. That's their motivation is so pure and sweet that it's hard not to get caught up in that positive thought of the way these guys do. So we're just going to play baseball games. You know, we're not thinking about Murfreesboro this or Murfreesboro. We're just not there. We're just going to play tomorrow and see what happens.
Yeah, we had over 1,000 views of the game, and we had folks all over the country watching, listening, which is a testament to you and the kids. And so, give a shout out real quick to your coaching staff because you've surrounded yourself with some great guys that have a lot of integrity.
Yeah, we sure do, and it's just been one of those things where I think if you do things right, then good people are going to want to be a part of it. You know, we've had Coach Joe Diaz now for 7 years. He's mainly worked with JV in the past, but I kind of moved him out of that role this off season because we need to work on our catchers. So I've sent him to coaches clinics with different coaching catchers just to try to get some knowledge there. And I think you see with what's happened with Eggleston and Perkins that's paid off tremendously. You know, we got Reed Casey working with our pitchers. Yeah, I coached D1 ball, professional pitcher, and then Coach White is, he's, such a well-respected baseball personality in Tri-Cities. He's director of team ops over at RBI when he's not with me. So we work really hard at putting a quality product on the field. But what I will tell you is we work really hard on loving on the kids. And so at the end of the day, when you get about halfway through the season, I've pretty much expanded all my baseball knowledge to you. And at that point, it's just about who can manage the team the best. And I feel like this staff has done an extraordinary job of keeping these kids mentally fresh. And I think that's where a lot of the resiliency, that's why we're able to come out of a loser's bracket and do what we did, because our kids were fresh and motivated by the proper things.
Coach, I was looking at, there's only one other school in Northeast Tennessee that has both the girls and the guys still playing, and it would be North Green in single-A baseball and softball. But, again, Coach Hart and the Lady Cyclones are playing tomorrow night against Unicoi County. We're playing Greenville tomorrow night, the boys, the baseball team. So what a testament to the athletic program at Elizabethton High School.
Well, and that's one of the things I'll tell you is Coach Wilson's a very lucky man to have the staff that he has from top to bottom. I mean, if you really went through and looked at our records for every sport from fall to spring, it's just entirely impressive. And really what it speaks to is the kids here in this town. And I'm a Cyclone through and through, brother. I bleed orange and black. I believe in these kids, and these are great kids. They're tough kids, and they always come out and they expect to win. And it doesn't matter if it's volleyball, if it's baseball, football, or if it's, state band competition. These kids are going to come out, and they have Cyclone pride, and they believe in it, and they believe in the staff that's been put over them.
There you go. Coach, we'll talk to you tomorrow, but we're going to keep pumping it, and we appreciate it. And, man, I'll tell you this, it's an honor for me to be tied into the Elizabethton Cyclone baseball program. You got a bunch of classy folks, as you said, in Betsy Town, and I'm just glad to be part of it in a small way.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, buddy.
Yeah, let's go get him. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Cyclone pride, brother.
Cyclone pride all the way, brother.
You got it. Take care.
All right.
Yep. Ryan Presnell, head baseball coach of the Elizabethton Cyclones, joining us. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. We have hit the top of the hour halfway through the show. Tomorrow will be at Chick-fil-A, the Crossings in North Johnson City. Thursday, as always, will be at Champion Chevrolet, the number one Chevrolet dealer in the entire state of Tennessee. Over 50 Chevrolet dealerships, and the number one month in and month out is Champion Chevrolet. Will be there broadcasting live from their showroom. And then on Friday, we'll be at Food City on the Volunteer Parkway, Bristol. A Midnight Madness week coming up on Friday, so we're all over the place. And we're here today at Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. I was going to have Greg back over here. They're so busy, I don't know if he'll get here or not, because they are flat slinging the hash. I'm here to tell you, no pun intended, but they're doing a heck of a job, and why would they not? Again, the plates you can take an option from pork sandwich meal or platter meal. The brisket sandwich, a half a rack of ribs. Had a guy in here a few minutes ago. He had barbecue sauce all over his shirt. He'd had a 3-rib meal. he was getting down and dirty with it. He's loving it. There's a full rack rib meal, a half rack rib meal, chicken platter meal. I mean, the list goes on. And of course, you can get a sampler platter too. I think this is really cool. You get your choice of meats, 2 sides and a drink, 2 meats or 3 meats. If you think, well, I don't really know what I want, perfect. Come in and get a sampler platter. And also, if you bring the little people in here, there's a kids menu as well. Again, it is the Quest. Here it is up here on the screen. The Quest, Phil's Dream Pit, the Quest for Perfect Barbecue. Eastern Star Road. Again, the phone number you see there on the menu, 349-6437. The Quest for Perfect Barbecue, Phil's Dream Pit. You can't see it down this wall. There are all these awards they've won and all these rib cook-offs. And, I mean, the whole place is covered with competitive plaques and trophies they've won because they go up against all the other places here in the Tri-Cities and more times than not win. So there you go. We'll take a break. We're heading to Northern Virginia. We're going to be talking to our man, our NASCAR correspondent, Mike Hedrick, the NASCAR fans reporter. He joins us coming up next year. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit. We'll take a break. We'll go to Virginia. We'll talk NASCAR. Who's going to take Eric Camarola's seat in the Richard Petty Motorsports ride for Saturday night's Monster Energy All-Star race? We've got the answer. We'll tell you next here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they treat thousands of patients each year dealing with diabetes and its effects. Diabetes overtaking our nation and leaving a path of destruction behind. Through wound care, office visits, and preventive care, they see most of the patients after a problem arises. Using diabetic footwear such as shoes and inserts, a great way to prevent or prolong skin breakdown and amputation. At Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, they use only custom molds from patient mold inserts, which further ensure a great recovery, or better yet, prevents a wound from happening. They use custom molded shoes, bracing, custom inserts, and extra depth diabetic shoes to prevent wounds or other skin issues from beginning. Call today, 1-800-524-4447. 39 years, 6 locations, 1 family. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, 1-800-524-4447. If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Picked up another guest. Let's go to the phone right here. We're live. So this is what happens behind the scenes. And so we've got Mike Hedrick live in Northern Virginia, the NASCAR fans reporter. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good over here. Got my chores done, and I'm ready to talk a little NASCAR.
I saw that. You asked Mama if you could be on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. She said, do you have your chores done? You said you'll get them done. She said, chores first, Tom second. So you got them done, right?
I got them done. Hey, I'll do whatever it's going to take to get on your show there, Mr. Tom.
Yes, and we had a good time meeting each other back in the spring race. And, gosh, I was looking on the calendar. We're about 95 days away from the fall race, and it'll be here before you know it. And ticket sales, we were there yesterday. Ticket sales are very brisk for two reasons. Obviously, Dale Jr. is going to be in his last race at Bristol in August, but the folks really, and you were there, the folks really were treated to a great race, and you had 6 or 7 drivers there in the end battling it out before Jimmy Johnson won it. So a lot of the fans are buying tickets because they say the old Bristol's back, and you and I talked about that, and you were here, so you would agree with that, would you not?
Yeah, you got to like that. You know, people like that lower old groove of Bristol that they actually kind of hooked in there with that goopy stuff, and then the upper groove. So I mean, there was racing every which way. And to go back on people, you know, the new rumor that it rains at Bristol. I just want to remind people, in the 56 years of NASCAR racing at Bristol Motor Speedway, only 3 times it's been postponed, so, or moved or anything like that. So 3 times out of 112, that's a pretty good record. I'd buy my tickets and be ready for some great racing there in August.
Absolutely. We'll tell you how you can do that. Plus, we're going to be giving you tickets starting tomorrow to get you, if you are so inclined, a lot of folks are, to win tickets to Thunder Valley Nationals, the drags. We're going to start qualifying folks tomorrow. You can call in and get and register yourself, I should say, to win tickets to Thunder Valley Nationals again on Father's Day weekend. So we'll talk more about that starting tomorrow. We're talking to Mike Hedrick. So a wild ride, literally, Kansas Speedway. Kind of recap the racing over the weekend at Kansas Speedway, would you please?
Well, to go back, and like you made a point, it was a Go Bowling 400, but 11 cars failed to make the qualifying inspection. Now, Scott Miller, he is the NASCAR Senior Vice President of Competition. Here's what he said. He said, right now that the rear steer of the car is the hot topic, and I'm quoting him, and it's where the real performance metric is for these teams. And basically the teams are building that rear end housing to the very edges of the tolerance. And then when they put it in the car, they've got no room to move it around, and that's where they're making the mistakes, and that's where they're getting caught. And like we said, we lost, or we didn't have 11 of the real good teams qualify on in. But once they did get racing, it was actually really great racing. Martin Truex did get his second win for the season. That's his 9th in a career and the first at Kansas. And the race did have, 21 lead changes by 9 different drivers and 15 regular cautions. And then, like we just talked about, that red flag caution. We know that lap 67 to go, Logano broke a brake rotor, and him and Danica got into it, and that just put him right in the path of Eric Almirola, and there was your big one. They had to cut him out of the car. Now, on a side note, I want to go ahead and give proper, respect to NASCAR's new rescue team that actually travels with them from race to race is the AMR, the American Medical Rescue. They're very quick and very precise at extracting the drivers out of the car. The fact is that they actually practice on the car. Now, they're taking place of what used to be the local municipality and their fire departments, which have always done a great job. But these guys actually are kind of a combination of a rescue team and a pit crew, having experience working on those cars. So they did a great job getting Eric out of the car, but we know that he actually has a compression fracture of that T vertebrae, and he's going to be out of the car for a little while. Now, we don't know how long. Could be a few weeks, could be the whole season. Now, the good thing is, maybe not for them, is he's actually not qualified to be in the all-star race. So Richard Petty's Motorsports has a little time to figure out who they're going to put in the car. So I did a little homework to see if I could figure out who is available. Now, right now, Richard Petty Motorsports used to have the retired Brian Scott and the Australian Marcus Ambrose. I'm not sure whether they're coming back. But of the available drivers, you've got drivers like Casey Mears, David Gilliland, and Greg Biffle. And let's always just throw Carl Edwards in there. So I talked to a buddy of mine, Rick Humphreys, and he's actually an Eric Almirola fan. And I asked him, I said, well, of all those drivers that are available, who would you put in the car? And he said he put the Biff in there.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't think you'll see Carl Edwards come back and race this year.
I don't think so either, but
no.
You got to put his name in everything, sure, because, as soon as you don't, they go, hey, Carl Edwards.
Now, I do say, we're talking again to our buddy Mike Hedrick live in Virginia, again, the NASCAR fans reporter here on the show. I do think Rick Hendrick's got a big enough checkbook, and Carl Edwards, as you mentioned last week on your report, that he set that record driving that SUV down in the southwestern part of the country. I think Hendrick's got a big enough checkbook. He can go get Carl Edwards, but I don't know the contractual. I don't know if Edwards is under contract with Gibbs still, or he completely walked away and Suarez is in the car now. But if he's available, Rick Hendrick's got a big enough checkbook. He can go get Carl Edwards to replace, put him in the junior seat next year if he wants to. I don't know whether. There's a couple of things. Again, is he under contract with Gibbs? Does he want to come back? But I don't see him taking Amarillo's seat this year. But I do see, I would go after Greg Biffle. No question. I would. He's sitting out there. Yeah. He recently stepped away from the sport. Roush Fenway didn't pick up his contracts from last year. So, yeah, I would put him in there. I don't think he'd do I think he'd do a pretty good job, really. So.
And you know what? I think he would do a great job. But we have to remember, he wasn't the superstar in the Cup Series, but he actually has a Truck Championship and an Xfinity Championship. So that's really good. And actually, Richard Petty has been running pretty well this year. Almirola finished third at Daytona, and then pretty much a string of just nice top 20 finishes. Got a 9th place at Richmond, and got a 4th place in the Cup race at Talladega, and won the Xfinity race. So you got to say Almirola's been running well this year, especially for a Richard Petty team. So, yeah, you want to keep that momentum. I'm slapping a Biff in there, but we'll have to see what the King's going to do.
There you go. We're talking to our buddy Mike Hedrick live in Virginia. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit. So, big announcement today. Kentucky Speedway is doing away with 20,000 seats. Said the general manager said, quote, it's just too big of a track. We've built too many seats. This would be, I'm quoting General Manager Mike Simendinger from Kentucky Speedway, says we honestly have too many seats, so they're going to take 20,000 seats out of Kentucky Speedway. So it's not that old of a track. Is that a red flag for Kentucky Speedway, and an even bigger red flag for NASCAR?
And actually, I don't think that it is. I think that you're seeing a lot of the tracks. In fact, if you probably go back, most of the tracks in these last 5 or 10 years have actually downsized the number of seating. You know, maybe they had it inflated or, you know, built for the hopeful of the big future. But really, they're actually, downgrading the number of seats, but making them more comfortable, more wide seats, more cup holders. They're taking extracted view. Got to remember, at Daytona, they took out all the entire seating on the entire back stretch and moved them around to the front stretch. So you're seeing a lot of, Dover did that. Most tracks nowadays have dropped down 5 or 10,000, seating in the last few years, and I think it's a good thing. Fans enjoy racing by being there, and some, watch it on TV. And I don't really judge the quality of NASCAR by, the seating that you might see at any individual race, because, a lot of times that has to do with, it's the economy a lot of times. Do you have expendable money? And like we said, as affordable as NASCAR is, and it definitely is, it's still expendable money. And I think we're coming out of a handful of years where it's been tough. The economy's been tough on the working class or the demographics that actually go to NASCAR races. And so, I don't think that's a bad thing to see them. I bet there'll be nicer seats, and they'll might even have a few more suites or something.
Well, and that's, everybody stays on Bristol. Say, well, you can't sell at Bristol. Okay, all right, we got 166,000 seats, and we ain't scaling down. In fact, I'm going to go on record and tell you right now that come August the 19th, when Dale Jr.'s up there for the final time on the Monster Energy race, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race, we're going to have a big house. Ticket sales are reflecting that. The phones are ringing at the Speedway already for the race. And of course, he's already committed to race on Friday night for the Food City 300, the Xfinity Series. So he's going to do a double duty. And so, all the knocks we hear around here, well, it rained, there wasn't anybody at Bristol. Okay, but we're not, we're still in good shape. Even our Monday crowd was better than a lot of the Saturday and Sunday crowds we've seen on TV, even with the rain and the reschedule of the Food City 500. So, the negative Nellies need to back off, because Bristol continues to lead the way, and we had a great crowd for the Xfinity Series. The truck race, Mike, coming up on August the 16th, the UNOH 200. I mean, they'll tell you that it's the biggest truck race of the year on the circuit fan-wise, and it's at Bristol. So we do okay up here. We get a bad rap a lot of times from our local folks, which is very, very unfair. So we do all right up here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and so we're looking for a big house up here coming up. Let's talk about the Monster Energy All-Star Race. Again, it's a non-points race Saturday evening, and they're racing for a cool $1 million. And what's your take on the Monster Energy All-Star Race coming up this weekend?
Well, it's just it's always great because, like you said, it is $1 million. So let's just tell people how to get eligible, to be eligible to be in the race. You need to be a driver that has either won last year or this year. You could get in if you're actually a previous All-Star winner, if you're actually competing full-time in the season. You could get in if you're a champion, if you're competing full-time this season. You could race your way into what they're now calling the Monster Open, which is a race before the All-Star race, so you'd have to win that race, or you could win the one spot on the fan vote. Now, once you get in and you're in that race, I think there's like 16 in it right now, so a handful more there. They have a crazy qualifying way that they do. They're going to send the cars out there each individually, and you're going to go do 3 of the fastest laps that you can. But in those 3 fast laps, you got to come in and do a no speed limit, heck to the fire, 4-tire pit stop in the middle of that. Yeah, which is always great to watch. They only have them doing it one at a time, but those cars are coming in at 140, 150 miles an hour, locking them up. The pit crew jumps out there, got to change 4 tires and get back out and you finish your 3 laps. Now, the fastest of those guys, the 5 fastest, will actually do another round of qualifying to set the first 5 starting spots. So not only is and then once they get to the race, because NASCAR fans always get, kind of crazy by new rules. It's stage racing again. They'll have 70 total laps in the first 4 stages. Now, it'll be 20 laps and 20 laps and 20 laps. And those ones you're trying to be one of the top 10 drivers, because only the top 10 drivers are going to go in that final 10-lap shootout. And that 10-lap shootout is going to be what what's going to win the race. Now, you can't just go win stage 1 and be in that final lap shootout, because you're going to wind up needing to be on the top, on the lead lap in that final stage. Here's another cool thing that NASCAR and Monster has actually done to make it even more crazy is they're bringing what's known as the Green Monster tire. Mm-hmm. Now we know that Goodyear brings a different tire in a different compound to each of the different racetracks. Some compounds are harder, some are softer, depending on the track conditions. And the idea is to have them hard enough to last, but soft enough that they either fall off or wear away before the car needs to be fueled. Here's what Goodyear has done. They've come up with the tire that best fits Charlotte Motor Speedway, and this tire is called the Prime tire, and that's going to have the standard yellow lettering. But to give the crew chief something more to worry about, they created the Green Monster tire. Now, this is an option tire. First time NASCAR is going to give teams an option of what else that they can use. Now, it'll have green lettering, so we're going to know it, and it's a much, much softer compound. Now, these tires are going to be lightning fast, but they're going to fall off really fast and really crazy. I mean, when I say fast, they're going to be 3 to 5 tenths of a second faster than the other tires. Thing is, you're only going to get one of these sets of tires for the entire All-Star race. Now, they're anticipating that teams will use those in one of those first stages to get themselves qualified for that final, run in that 10 laps. If you do manage to save your tires and your Green Monster tires for the final stage, you can use those Prime tires, but you have to start from the back of the pack. So if you save those things for great tires, you're going to trade off a little bit of track position. So it's just going to make it for just great racing. Now, NASCAR said that they were experimenting with this at Charlotte, and it's something that they're thinking about doing in the full-time Cup season, is have an option of a couple of different tires. They get that from Formula One, where there could be as many as 7 or 8 different compounds. I don't think that NASCAR will do that many, but look for those green tires to be extra grippy.
Extra grippy. We're talking to Mike Hetrick live again, the NASCAR fan reporter. We'll get his take on the All-Star format as a whole here in a second. Here are the drivers that are in: Chris Buescher, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Dale Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, Matt Kenseth, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Joey Logano, Jamie McMurray, Ryan Newman, and Martin Truex Jr. Those are the guys that already qualified for the All-Star race coming up. There is the fan vote, too. The fan vote returns, so you can, again, get online and vote for your favorite driver that's not in this 15 guys that are already in. And so the winner will make the field as well. So you're going to have a total of 20 folks in the field coming up on Saturday evening. 15 are already set. As Mike said, the other 3 will be determined by the Open. And then then we got, a couple of more are going to be decided by the fan vote, I believe it is. So anyway, that's all ready to roll. So my question to you, stepping back, you've got the Pro Bowl NFL, you've got the All-Star Game of Major League Baseball, the NBA All-Star Game, and, of course, the All-Star Game of Major League Baseball. Is this needed for NASCAR? Do you like this, the stop in this point in the season before Memorial Day weekend have the All-Star race? What's your take on the All-Star race in NASCAR as a whole?
I think it's fun. I think it's always been something NASCAR's done. It's a tradition. To me, it doesn't really mess up anything. It's a good break for the teams in the early part, midway through the early part of the season, to stay home there in Charlotte and to fight. I mean, to them, that's all the home track. I mean, to all the teams, they all live around Charlotte, so they all get to have their families, be able to come and watch that. And, the bragging rights, and, hey, the $1 million cash makes that a lot of fun. I think the racing is even more fun because there's not points, and so you're going to take that chance because, hey, you're really not expecting to bring your all-star car home. I mean, that car is to either checkers or wreckers. So I mean, I'm looking for some of the big. Hey, you know what? I'm looking for Junior to go win this thing right there at home, right there at Charlotte, right with all the fans. The place would go crazy.
It would go crazy. Hey, great report, Mike Hetrick. Thank you, my friend. Solid report, and we'll do it all over again next week, all right?
All right, thank you very much, and God bless you guys real good.
Yes, sir. Super job. Mike Eder gives so much to the show. Thank you very much. Again, we appreciate him, and wow, that's solid. Good stuff. Take a quick break. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball. The NBA, haven't talked about that much. The Celtics and the Wizards. The Celtics will get ready to battle King LeBron and the Cavaliers. The Spurs and Golden State again, Game 2 tonight without Kawhi Leonard for the Spurs. And also on the ice tonight in Nashville, the Predators will skate against the Anaheim Ducks. Talk all about that and more. Greg Beck joins us coming up here in a few minutes. We're live at Phil's Dream Pit until the top of the hour. You're listening to show number 519. This is the Tom Taylor Sports Show, brought to you by Grip Energy Drink.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at FCA.org.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
It's Friday night at 7 o'clock. You've been involved in a car accident. You may be out of state on vacation or just a few miles from home. What do you do? Who do you call? At Farmers Insurance Group, one call is all you have to make. Hello, this is Jim Klein, an agent with Farmers Insurance. It's called One and Done. You don't have to wait till Monday morning to file a claim. You can make the initial call and we'll begin right away to help you. We assist you in moving the vehicle to a certified repair shop, getting you set up with rental car, and informing your agent. Then here at the staff at Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, we follow the claim through to the end. It's that easy. One and Done. We're your one and done location for all your insurance needs. Auto, home, life, commercial, workers' comp, and bonds. We can help you with all your insurance needs. Give me a call today, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance at 247-5400. Your one and done location in Kingsport, 247-5400.
Any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Over 10 to choose from. Perfect for having the gang over to watch the big game, birthday parties, church get-togethers, backyard gatherings, everything from fruit trays to garden salad trays to nuggets and chicken strip trays. And for the sweet tooth, try the cinnamon cluster or chocolate chunk cookie tray. So you see, any day is a good day to get a tray from Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A at the Crossings in North Johnson City.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit, and there he is, Brother Beck's back, and they finally slowed down for a little bit. Catch a little breather. Man, you guys were hopping. This thing was, and they were, a lot of guys coming in here, and ladies, and getting lunch, and looked like a lot of guys were in different uniforms, so workers coming in for lunch on the job and heading back out. So
yes, sir.
It was hopping. So
it was hopping. We're getting a chance to catch our breath and reset right now, so that's always important for us. But you're right, for a Tuesday, that was a pretty heavy rush. We like to see that.
Oh yeah, that's a cha-ching. That's a good thing.
That's absolutely right.
The old boy, one of the guys, I didn't catch his name. He was in there earlier. He got him the three. Let's see, what was he told me?
The 3-rib dry.
He had barbecue sauce over his shirt. I mean, he got into it, grubbed out pretty good. So
it's hard to come in here and not wind up with sauce somewhere.
You got
sure.
it. Let's talk about those ribs, man. It's awesome.
Sure, absolutely. We have 2 types. We serve a Memphis-style dry rub rib. So we use the pork baby back rib. We've got a spice rub that we put on it overnight, and then we smoke that in the morning and get it ready to serve that day. The other type of rib we have is more of a St. Louis style wet rib. We call it our sweet ribs. We use our sweet barbecue sauce to baste those ribs as they cook. The sauce caramelizes onto the meat, comes out tender and juicy and soaked in that sauce, and people love the sweet ribs. So we serve both types. Both are heavy sellers. It's just a matter of personal preference as to which one you like. The spice blend is going to give the rib a little bit of a kick to it. It's not going to make you sweat or any kind of spicy like that, but it is going to have a kick to it. And then of course the sweet ribs are just going to taste like our sweet barbecue sauce. So it just depends on personal preference which one you like, but they are both fantastic. They're both pork baby backs. And they're fall off the bone and make a bulldog break his chain. So they are excellent. The dry rub ribs are my favorite thing on the menu, period, bar none. Everything else is good. Everything else is great for a change up. But if we're going to talk about my favorite, it's the dry rub ribs, hands down.
There you go. We're going to talk more about that in just a second. I want you to look right here in the old logo, Thunder Valley Nationals. There you go, and that's the ticket display area, the seating and the pricing. Well, starting tomorrow, we'll give you a chance to register and win free tickets to Thunder Valley Nationals Father's Day weekend. The NHRA, the best of the best, the Who's of the Who, John Force and Courtney Force, and all the folks coming to town for the Thunder Valley Nationals starting tomorrow. You'll be able to register right here on our Facebook page, again at TomTaylorSports.com and /contest and win tickets. Wow. These are grandstand passes and pit pass tickets. They're $40 a ticket, giving away 2 at a time. So you're talking $80 worth of free tickets, and we've got about I think we got 10 winners. We're going to give away over $800 worth of tickets between now and June the 12th. And so we'll tell you starting tomorrow how you can register to go to the Bristol Dragway Thunder Valley Nationals Father's Day weekend, which is going to be here before you know it. We're talking to our buddy Greg Beck again. He's with us from Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. I said earlier in the show, down this wall here, all these plaques and awards and of cook-off contests you guys have been involved in. You brought home the plaques and the trophies, right?
Phil has been doing this. This is going on his 10th year, and I don't know of a contest within 50 miles of anywhere around that he hasn't at least placed in or won. Yep. He's amazing when it comes to just his experience and his knowledge. He's been able to teach me some of the pitmaster knowledge he's got. He is a fantastic barbecue cook and pitmaster, and there's not a contest around here that he hasn't either won or placed in. So he's been great. He's had a great run, and hopefully we pray to the Lord that that'll continue. So for many years to come.
You got it. No question. Of course, it's right off Interstate 26 here, the Eastern Star exit right across from Avery Trucking. Very easy to find and easy on, easy off. And they're open Tuesday through Saturday, closed on Sundays and Mondays. Give these guys a chance to kind of reload and restock everything, because I'm telling you, they rock and roll here all the time. But there's always room for you. If you've never been here, then you got to come check it out. Phil's Dream Pit, the quest for perfect barbecue. And then, of course, if you want to you can't stay and you're on the move, you'd like to buy the meat by the pound and go back and serve it yourself, you can certainly do that. We got Memorial Day weekend coming up here in a couple of weekends, so it's next weekend. So that would be a chance for you to, again, come in here and get meat by the pound, get ready to go out on the lake or something on Sunday when these guys are closed. Meat by the pound. Tell me about it.
So we can package our meat, all of our meats, the pork, the turkey, the brisket, even the chicken salad we can sell by the pound. We can also do full rack of ribs or a half rack of ribs if you just want to take the ribs with you. When we do pork by the pound, we typically will serve it hot, ready to eat right then. But if you call us ahead and you let us know, we can vacuum seal it cold, chill it in the walk-in cooler, and have it cold so that you can heat it up when you're ready. Like you said, if somebody's going out on the lake or somebody's got to get together over Sunday or Monday when we're going to be closed, come in on Saturday, pick that meat up cold, heat it up on Sunday or Monday whenever you're ready to eat it. The heating up process is really simple. We walk you through it and tell you how to do that. It's it's not hard at all. So that's definitely an option to pick the meat up cold and then have it throughout the weekend, whatever time you need it.
Pork, turkey, brisket, chicken salad, full rack ribs, half rack ribs, all meat by the pound you can purchase here. Again,
absolutely.
And then the sides. Let's talk about the sides a little bit.
So our best-selling side by far are our beans. That's a Phil special recipe that we do for the baked beans. We use our smoked pork to actually put in the beans to add flavor to those beans, and they are our best-selling side by far. But we also have coleslaw, potato salad, macaroni salad, and then we've got plain and barbecue chips back there as a side item as well. So whatever you're hungry for to go along with whatever protein you've chosen, whatever side item you're hungry for, we can fit you up for it right here.
We're talking to our buddy Greg Beck from here at Phil's Dream Pit. Brother Beck has been here how long? Years?
2.5 years.
God knows his business. There are no cue cards. I mean, he's just talking off the top of his head here about what you can do because he knows the biz forward and backwards, and he is one of those guys that, along with Lisa, that Phil and Diana obviously lean on heavily, and for good reason, because he, as the old boy says, he'll get her done for you. Dream Packs. We talked about it earlier in the show. Let's again talk about the Dream Packs, how you feed 4 increments of 4. This is the complete package, and tell us about that, the Dream Packs.
Yeah, so kind of a different option than picking up the meat by the pound. When you go meat by the pound, you get the meat and you get some sauce with it, and that's it. If you want all the side items and the buns and sauce and all the fixings, then we do the Dream Packs, and that's a value pack to go. So you're getting a deal, better price than you would here in the restaurant if you got enough food to feed that many people in terms of buying the meal plates that we serve in-house. Mm-hmm. If you price that out, you're getting a heck of a deal on the value packs to go. So we package that pork, chicken, or brisket for quantities of for numbers of 4, so increments of 4, like you said. So if you're feeding 4, if you're feeding 8, we do have a feed 6 in the middle that we can do. And then we go up to 12, 16, and on up. Large groups, give us a couple of days, and we can have 300 ready for you. So we can do whatever number it is to suit your group. We just need enough notice to get all that food smoked and get it ready to go.
There is a website.
Absolutely.
We go to, how do we find it? And once we find it, what do we find once we get there?
So philsdreampit.com, and there are 2 things that you'd want to look at. The first would be the value packs to go, the Dream Packs. Also, if you've got a large group, you could look at our catering menu. We do offer some catering services, and we deliver the food. So we've got some different options available for you if you have a large group. Check out the website, get an idea of what you're wanting to do, get an idea of the price, and then give us a call, and we'll walk you through it. So when it comes to trying to figure out, do I need a feeds 4, do I need a feed 6, feeds 8, or if you've got a catering question, you're trying to feed 200 and you're not sure what to do, take a look, get an idea of what you want to do at the website, and then give us a call, and we'll walk you through the rest. We're happy to do that.
Of course, they serve Pepsi products with some great sweet tea, and then last but not least, if you got a sweet tooth, they make some serious banana pudding here. One of those southern things.
Absolutely.
Banana pudding, and you got other desserts too.
We have the banana pudding, then we have a brownie dream and a blueberry dream. The brownie dream is a chocolate brownie with a Hershey's Symphony bar baked inside it. Then ice cream and chocolate syrup on top. So if you're a chocoholic, we got that for you. And then we've got the blueberry dream, which is a blueberry cobbler with ice cream on top. So either one, they're both fantastic. They're a great way to end a good barbecue meal. So
there you go.
We've got you covered on as far as your sweet tooth goes. For
and
sure.
banana pudding too.
Oh man.
Oh baby.
Yeah, I mean the banana pudding. I mean you could stop right there. But the brownie dream and the blueberry dream, they're good too. We don't want to short either one of those. Our lovely Miss Lisa, she spends a lot of quality sparkle time making that brownie dream and that blueberry dream and the banana pudding. She puts love in it when she makes it. So
she is the sparkle queen.
She is,
Lisa,
indeed.
There you go. Hey, before I let you go, give me the hours you're open here again to Phil's Dream.
We are open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., 423-349-6437, philsdreampit.com. Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
There you go. The quest for perfect barbecue, man, it's here too. And this place rocks. And, geographically, they come in from all over the place.
That's true.
And then race week or any of the big events when they come to town, I mean, this place is
we are
a magnet. Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
And with good reason. Why would you not be? Because the food's fantastic. And here's the other thing, too. It's the people, too. I mean, the food's the food. It's fantastic. But guys like In fact, run down the staff. You got Lisa and yourself, and who else over there working?
We've got Lisa and myself and Michelle, who's been here the longest of all of us. She's the veteran. And then Lisa would be next, and then me. And then we've got some new faces who have come in over the last year and a half that are learning the ropes and doing great. If you come in at the cash register, you'll most likely meet Tennille. We call her T. And then we've got Heather and Kristen, who Heather works with serving our sides mostly, and Kristen is the sweet little lovely little girl you'll meet in the lobby serving you your food if you're eating here. And then we've got Jamie, who is mostly working the pork station on the serving line. And we've got a couple of young guys that come in after school is over, and they help us with the dishes and whatnot in the back of the kitchen. So
there you go. When you mentioned Kristen's name, she just grinned like a fox in the hen house.
There she is.
She just grinning ear to ear when you was bragging on her.
That's right. She's gonna come sit and talk to you on the radio next week.
Next time we come, she's gonna be doing.
She's gonna do all this.
Now, rumors. Somebody told me she can sing like Faith Hill. Is that any truth there, where she can just belt out one?
I'm telling you, I've never heard her really cut loose. I think she's a little shy with it, but I bet if we can coax it out of her, she can do it.
She's shaking her head. She's gonna kill you when you get done. So you're gonna have a pump knot on the side of your head.
Well, we'll put a little ice on it. We'll be all right.
Appreciate you, man. You're
Thank
awesome.
you, Tom. We appreciate you.
Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball here in the minutes we got left. Also, the Raiders, my boys, have done something again. A first. The Raiders. Super Bowl bound, folks, this year. My boys from Oakland or in Vegas, wherever they're at. So you're shaking your head. You don't think so? No. I will say this. September the 10th, they're going to put a butt whooping on the Titans in Nashville. I'm there. I'm there.
You're calling it early, huh?
I'm there, baby.
Awesome.
I'll be the only guy in the place with a Raiders ball cap on, but I'll be in Nashville on September the 10th. I've said, it's been 2 or 3 years I've been down there playing. I always say I'm going to go, and I don't. Cowboys going this time. I'm going down and cheer on my boys.
All right.
Win, lose, or time, a Raider till I die. So.
All right.
It's serious.
That's from back. That's from way back in the day. I'm gathering too.
Stabler.
Oh yeah.
And Daryl LaMonica and George Blanda, way back in the day. Marcus Allen, Howie Long. So it's serious. So anyway, who's your team, by the way?
NFL. I don't really have a team. I've never.
A perfect way to come on to the dark side.
So here's the thing, man. I was a Redskins fan back in the day. Joe Gibbs, Art Monk, all those guys. John Riggins, the Hogs up front. I was a huge Redskins fan. Then they fired Joe Gibbs the first time, and that made me a little upset. And I haven't really had a NFL team since. I've got a college team, and we got to keep that quiet in here. We're not going to talk about that.
Oh, go ahead. Who is?
I'm a Georgia fan, born in Georgia, so born and raised there, and so I'm a University of Georgia dog.
As the late Larry Munson would say, hunker down, dogs.
Hunker down, you hairy dogs. That's me.
Hunker down, you hairy dog. You know, the Redskins, nothing wrong with that back in the day.
That was a great football team.
Oh, man. And they did Joe Gibbs wrong.
They did.
As the Cowboys did Tom Landry wrong.
That's right.
Another story, but
that's right.
Yeah. I've met Gibbs several times up at the track in and around the Speedway.
Sure. Great man.
Oh, nicest guy you'd ever want to meet. I mean, he would sit right here right now. Some of the guys wouldn't. He would sit right here and talk to us about anything.
Absolutely.
He's that down. First thing he'll talk about is the Lord. This guy's a huge Christian.
He is.
And his faith just kind of comes out real quick when you're around him. For Joe Gibbs, for not very long, you know what he stands for and who he stands with. So
absolutely right.
John, so who's your favorite Redskin?
Ooh.
Who
That's
was
a tough one.
Riggo.
I was a big John Riggins fan. The Hogs up front, there were a couple of them, and it's because you put me on the spot. The names are not coming to my brain at the moment.
So Mark May.
Mark May, who the more he talks on ESPN, the less I like him. But he was one of those original Hogs. I really liked him. The right guard, Gus. Got me on the spot, Tom. It's not happening for me.
I know. I want to tell. There's a guy that just.
Mark Schlereth was also one of the Hogs. He came in a couple years later, after that late 80s run. He was more of an early 90s guy. He is also an ESPN analyst now.
Who was the guy that just got nominated for the Hall of Fame? The Redskins lineman.
Russ
Grimm.
Russ Grimm.
Thank you.
Russ Grimm. And so, those guys set the tone for the NFL. There was a lot of things that they were doing up front that were new, that were innovative at the time. And a lot of offensive line groups kind of followed their trend. And being an old offensive lineman myself, I loved watching those guys come off the ball and mash people. So
who was the guy
to watch?
He was a highlight video. I mean, the guy went flying through. It was Larry Brown. Was that his name? The running back, 43.
Yes.
I guess
Yes.
I'm dating myself here, but
No, I
Rigo
think you're
and Larry
right.
Brown, and then they have Art Monk as a wideout.
Art Monk was a wide receiver. They had Darrell Green at corner,
Oh, yeah.
fastest man in the NFL for a long time. So, they had Derek Mann and another defensive end up front. They were
Bad
solid.
dude.
They were solid on defense. I'm telling you, man, this is going back to my childhood. So these names aren't coming to my brain quickly, but.
So Redskin
But
ball
yeah.
cap.
Oh yeah.
You can take one if I got you one.
Oh, I'd love it, man. I'd love it.
I got you
Absolutely.
You're being summoned.
No, it's just let me know where lunch breaks are going on.
All
So,
right. But anyway, they're backing back
Yeah.
up. They come back to the door again, my man.
Yep, we're gonna have to get back to
You
it.
get after serving that great food here at Phil's Dream Pit. Give me some taters.
All right, man.
So Redskin ball cap, you would wear it?
I'd wear it. If
Can I
you-
get you? Well, what about a Raiders cap? Can I get you come to the dark side?
you and I might be able to talk about that. We might be able to talk about that. That move to
Thugs.
Las Vegas, that's intriguing.
The Vegas the Raiders. And so I got a story here coming up about another first for the Raiders. And I'll go ahead and give a cat out of the bag. They're going to have a female broadcaster.
Ah,
yeah, I got a story. We'll take
setting the trend, man.
Setting the trend. The Raiders.
The Raiders.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Our buddy Greg Beck. We're live here a few more minutes. We're at Phil's Dream Pit on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the things that owner Tim Smith is most proud of is their hard-earned certifications.
We are an ASE Blue Seal shop, which is important because what it tells the customer is we care enough to get certified, not in one certain area of cars. You have to be certified in 8 different certifications, in 8 different tests you have to take, and you have to be updated on them yearly to make sure that you're up to date. We not only have one of those, we have 3 ASE master technicians here. With the ratio goes into a ratio, and we're a Blue Seal shop, so it tells you that we care about training and we care about knowing about your car. We want to help fix it right.
American Import and Auto Repair, West Market Street, Johnson City, home of the free loaner car program. Open 6 days a week. Call today, 913-3111.
Hi, I'm Rob Cole with Bays Mountain Park. There's something for everyone at Bays Mountain Park. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast or simply looking to get away and relax, Bays Mountain Park in Kingsport, Tennessee is the perfect destination. For only $4 per vehicle, enjoy 3,500 acres of breathtaking scenery, featuring 40 miles of hiking trails, wildlife habitats, one of the Southeast's premier planetariums, and much, much more. For more information, please visit www.baysmountain.com or call us at 423-229-9447. Bays Mountain Park, one of the Tri-City's best places for learning, leisure, and recreation.
If you're catching some waves or just playing in the yard, it is important to protect yourself. You may not feel the sun's heat, but UV rays can still damage your skin even in cloudy weather. Blue Lizard Sunscreen, recommended by pharmacists and dermatologists nationwide. Our SPF 30-plus formulations use only the highest quality ingredients for broad-spectrum protection. As a reminder to protect yourself, our bottle turns blue when UV light is present. Blue Lizard, we've got you covered.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live here at Phil's Dream Pit. Let's clean up the desk before we get out of here. We've got a few minutes left before we move on down the highway tomorrow. We'll be at Chick-fil-A. Thursday, Champion Chevrolet. Friday with Food City and Volunteer Parkway in Bristol for the Midnight Madness sale. NBA second game 7 of the NBA playoffs did not disappoint. Celtics and the Wizards dueled for the full 48 minutes. Celtics did enough to earn a trip back to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavaliers, winning 115-105, and so big win. Isaiah Thomas led the Celtics with 29 points. Bradley Beal spectacular for the Wizards in a losing cause. 38 points was not enough. Celtics will take on King LeBron and the Cavaliers starting tomorrow night in Beantown. What else happening in sports? Let's run down Major League Baseball for you. From the scoreboard from yesterday, Atlanta beat Toronto behind Bartolo Colon. They beat Toronto 10-6. Houston over Miami 7-2. Houston the hottest team in baseball right now. Arizona defeated the Mets 7-3. Padres got Milwaukee 6-5, and San Francisco on the left coast beat the Dodgers 8-4. In the American League, Cleveland beat Tampa Bay 8-7. White Sox and the Angels, Big Albert and the boys. The Angels win 5-3. Again in Major League Baseball from yesterday and last night. Here's your schedule: a 4:07 start today. Jaime Garcia and the Atlanta Braves in Toronto against Estrada. 4:07 first pitch. Tonight under the lights, Washington and Pittsburgh, Miami, Houston. The Reds open up a series at Wrigley against the Cubbies. Lackey for the Cubs and Bronson Arroyo goes for the Reds. Philadelphia, Texas, Colorado at the red-hot Minnesota Twins. They are on top of the division after losing over 100 games last year. Cleaned out the front office, started over, and playing some decent baseball. Twins hosting Colorado. How about this series setting up? The Red Sox and the Cardinals at Busch Stadium in St. Louis tonight. That's a great one. They've already had, Boston and the Cubs. We've had the Yankees and the Cubs. And so now we've got, starting tonight, Red Sox in St. Louis against the Cardinals. Mets at Arizona. Milwaukee at San Diego. And the Dodgers at San Francisco. Again, that's your Major League Baseball schedule. Also the Yankees at Kansas City. Chicago, Los Angeles, and Oakland at Seattle. Later this week, Daniel Norris gets his next pitching assignment. Should be coming up, pitched on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Should be a Thursday game, and it should be Detroit opening up a series tonight. See where they're going to be. Detroit will be back home against Baltimore. So Daniel Norris scheduled to pitch against the Orioles later on this week. As we told you, my boys, the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, we have come up with something new. We have a female play-by-play lady. Yep, first one. ESPN has assigned Beth Mowins to the play-by-play broadcast of the Chargers Broncos. She has been doing the play-by-play broadcast for the Raiders preseason games, as well as many college football games over the last couple of years. So leaving the Raiders and heading into the ESPN booth, Beth Mowins to broadcast the Chargers Broncos game. And that'll be the first woman to handle play-by-play duties for a regular season NFL game in 30 years. So pretty cool stuff. The Raiders' former, play-by-play lady, Beth Mowins, now going to be in the broadcast booth for ESPN. College basketball, Jaquan Lyle, who averaged double digits in points each of the last two seasons at Ohio State. Jaquan didn't do good over the weekend. He was arrested near his home in Indiana, charged with public intoxication, criminal mischief to a vehicle. Apparently he punched the police car in front of the policeman. That ain't going to work. So, Jaquan no longer on the Ohio State basketball team. He had a little too much to drink and was arrested and drop-kicked the police car in front of the actually punched the front door of a bar he was asked to leave to begin with. He's 6'5", by the way. Then he also punched the police car in front of the policeman. Jaquan, not good. So he was arrested in Indiana. He's no longer on the Ohio State basketball team. So that seems to be a continuing problem. Some of the youngsters getting in trouble with the law enforcement folks. I guess you could just say boys will be boys. Hey, coming up this weekend, the short track U.S. Nationals at Bristol Motor Speedway, over 500 cars. Sterling Marlin's coming back to race. Bubba Wallace is going to be there from the Xfinity Series. Word has it that after they race the All-Star race on Saturday night in Charlotte, some of the Cup drivers are going to come up and race and compete in a sport, obviously short track racing, where most of them got their start. Over 100 drivers from 6 classes took part in the testing on Saturday. All told, there's going to be over 500 drivers there at Bristol Motor Speedway. And so, including Sterling Marlin, who has built his own special race car out of Columbia, Tennessee, to come in and race coming up this weekend. Tickets are on sale at BristolTix.com or 423-BRISTOL. Let me give you the pricing. Some really good pricing for this particular event. And let me get that for you here just a second. Let's see. What I do with it? I had it. Hang on here. There we go. Short track ticket prices. On Saturday, $25 for adults, $5 for a kid. Sunday, $35 for an adult, $5 for a kid. Or the combo ticket for both days, $50 for adults and $10 for kids. It's Saturday and Sunday. The Short Track U.S. Nationals, over 500 cars will be at Bristol Motor Speedway participating in that this weekend. So a pretty cool thing to take in. And so you can go to the phone at 423-BRISTOL or go to bristoltix.com and get your tickets for the, as we said, the Short Track Nationals coming up this weekend at Bristol Motor Speedway. Of course, we are giving you a chance to win tickets starting tomorrow to qualify to win tickets to the Thunder Valley Nationals. The NHRA, the drag's coming to town Father's Day weekend, and starting tomorrow, giving you a chance to win pairs of grandstand tickets and pit pass access tickets. We'll start that tomorrow and give them away on June the 13th. All you got to do is go to our Facebook page and register. No strings attached, and so we'll do that starting tomorrow. And that's going to be a pretty cool opportunity for you to go to. They're expecting a sellout all three, Friday night, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday for the Thunder Valley Nationals again at Bristol Dragway. Your chance to qualify to win tickets starts tomorrow. All right, one other topic to tell you about college baseball. Top 10 this week: Oregon State, Louisville, North Carolina, the Florida Gators, LSU, also Texas Christian, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders currently ranked 7th, the Kentucky Wildcats ranked 8th. 9th is Mississippi State, and Stanford rounds out the top 10 of this week's top 10 in college baseball. So, again, Oregon State, Louisville. Listen how many teams are out of the South. Love it. It's a Southern thing. Oregon State, Louisville, North Carolina, Florida, LSU, Kentucky, and Mississippi State. What is that? 7 out of the 10 are out of the South. And so good stuff going on with our college baseball. And, again, Oregon State ranked the number 1 team in the country this week by the Collegiate Baseball poll. NBA tonight, the San Antonio Spurs without Kawhi Leonard take on the Warriors in Golden State before it shifts to it'll move into San Antonio on Saturday. Popovich going to rest Kawhi Leonard and have him ready hopefully for Saturday for Game 3. He will not be there tonight. Also tonight on the ice in Nashville, the Predators skate against the Anaheim Ducks. That series tied 1 apiece in the best of 7. Last night, the Penguins, the defending Stanley Cup champions, came back and defeated Ottawa 1-0 in Pittsburgh. That series tied 1 apiece. It now shifts to Ottawa tomorrow night with the Senators and the Penguins in Canada. And as we said, Nashville will be hosting the Western Conference Finals now both tonight and Thursday night. It's a format of 2-2-1. First 2 in Anaheim, next 2 in Nashville, then 1-1-1. And so that's the way it's going in both the NBA and the National Hockey League. Then in softball, let's make sure you squeeze that in. The Knoxville Regional starts this weekend. The Lady Vols have Ohio State, South Carolina Upstate, Longwood, and Tennessee. Lady Vols will take on Longwood at 7 o'clock on Friday night in that second game of the doubleheader in the Knoxville Regional and the NCAA Division I softball tournaments. Also, the Lady Bucks of East Tennessee State in the Auburn Regional, along with Notre Dame, California, and the host team Auburn. They'll play them on Friday at 4:30. And my alma mater, how about it? The Marshall Lady Thundering Herd. They're in the Lexington Regional, along with Illinois, who will play. The Lady Fighting Illini, DePaul, and Kentucky are in the Lexington Regional. So my alma mater, the Marshall Thundering Herd, the lady softball team in the NCAA tournament, which is pretty cool. And so that's we kind of like that, being from yonder up there, of course. It is wrapping up the show. It is a Tuesday. We're live again at Phil's Dream Pit. The Quest for Perfect Barbecue. We're here broadcasting live, and we've got one more time to run down for you the baseball from last night. Again, congratulations to Dobbins Minute. Beat Morristown East 8-2 in AAA baseball. Jeff County beat Tennessee High 3-1. Those two teams play tomorrow night at J. Fred Johnson Stadium in Kingsport. On the other side of the bracket, Knox, Carnes, and Farragut. Farragut beat Carnes 7-3. And Maryville goes to 29-9. They defeated Gibbs 8-2. So those two teams play each other, and those two winners will play Friday night. If Dobbins Minute wins, they will be playing at home on Friday night at J. Fred Johnson Stadium. If they lose, they'll travel to either Farragut or Maryville. In AA baseball, the Elizabethton Cyclones we brought to you had over 1,000 viewers. Thank you for that. Elizabethton defeated Granger 6-2 last night. Greenville eliminates Sullivan South 8-0. So tomorrow night, 6 o'clock first pitch from Elizabethton's Joe O'Brien Stadium. You have Elizabethton and Greenville. On the other side of the bracket, you have Pigeon Forge, who beat Knox Catholic, and CAK, who beat Union County. They'll play. If Elizabethton wins tomorrow night, they'll be at home on Friday. If they lose, they'll travel either to Pigeon Forge or CAK. And we'll have that for you. 5:45 airtime, 6 o'clock first pitch tomorrow night. Single A baseball. North Green beat Hancock County 6-0. North Green will play Hampton. The Bulldogs beat Northview Academy 2-1. On the other side of the bracket is Knox Grace and Greenback. That's in baseball. In AAA softball, big upset. Daniel Boone gets knocked off with the Cherokee Lady Chiefs 4-0. Morristown East eliminates Crockett 2-0 in AAA softball. The other side of the bracket is Gibbs and Maryville. Gibbs beat Maryville 11-0. And then Heritage and Powell, that game not yet completed, or at least there's not in the TSSAA bracketing. So Cherokee, Morristown East tomorrow night in Morristown, and Gibbs will play either Heritage or Powell at either Heritage or Powell's Field in AAA softball. AA softball, the Elizabethton Lady Cyclones taking on Unicoi County tomorrow night. Elizabethton eliminated Greenville. Elizabethton defeated Greenville 6-3, and Unicoi County eliminates Granger 3-2. The other side of that AA softball bracket, Union County beat Kingston, and CAK beat Gatlinburg-Pittman. So those two teams still alive. If Elizabethton wins tomorrow night, they would be at home on Friday night against either Union County or CAK. If not, they have to travel. And then in single A girls softball action, Unaka defeated Northview Academy 16-0, and North Greens ladies defeated Cosby 10-3 in single A softball play. They will play each other tomorrow night in Unaka, North Green and Unaka Lady Rangers. On the other side of that bracket is Meigs County and Tellico Plains. And then tonight in soccer, AAA soccer, you got Science Hill hosting Jefferson County, Sevier County hosting Dobbins Bennett. In AAA boys soccer and single A AA soccer tonight, you have Unicoi County hosting Cumberland Gap, and Greenville will be home to the Rebels of Keith Parker and Sullivan South. The winners will move on. The losers will be eliminated in the regional semifinals. So there you go. That does it for here. I want to say thanks to our guests today. We had a boatload of them as usual. That's the name of the game. Rob Cole from Bays Mountain Park, Ryan Presnell, the Elizabethton baseball coach, Michael Smeltzer from the Johnson City Football Club, Mike Hedrick from the NASCAR Fans Reporter. We checked in with us from Northern Virginia, and of course, Betty Greg Beck here from the Phil's Dream Pit family. So we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We'll rejoin you tomorrow. We'll be right down the road at Chick-fil-A The Crossings in North Johnson City. By the way, hello to Rodney Odom. Thank you, my friend, for watching the show. And so show number 519 wraps up. We'll box it up and head on down the highway and rejoin you tomorrow at Chick-fil-A The Crossings in North Johnson City. Thursday will be at Champion Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy dealer in the state. Nobody sells more cars, the Chevrolet bow tie brand, than Champion Chevrolet in the state of Tennessee. Then on Friday, we'll be at Food City on Volunteer Parkway in Bristol for the Midnight Madness sale. We are out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. And so until tomorrow, we will tell you as always, win or lose, be a good sport. So long from Phil's Dream Pit. So long, everybody.